Testing. What is up, awesome people? And welcome back to another mystery gift video. Firstly, I do want to put in a bit of an apology here. I am so sorry. I didn't even realize this event was going to end so bloody quickly. We had word about this coming out, like, I think beginning of the week, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got a video to work on along with the 20th anniversary Keldeo event. And then I was on vacation, and I'm like, oh my god, it's ending on Sunday for the Americans. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta jump in and do this. So again, like, a huge apology for posting this on the last day for you guys to be able to get the Hoopa. I do believe when this video goes live, it'll be Sunday morning for the Americans, whereas it'll be Monday morning for us Australians. So anyways, this is the second chance Hoopa event. Now, I can't remember if this one wasn't available for those who did originally get the original Hoopa event. I'm not even too sure if I got the original Hoopa event. I'm not even sure what Hoopa event this actually is. But anyways, I'm going to do the quick little dribble-drabble that I have been doing the last couple of mystery gift videos, and that is going through saying that it is available on Pokemon X and Y, Alpha Sapphire, and Omega Ruby, and as well as if you got any other copies, like if you got a copy of Pokemon Y and you got a copy of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire in hard copies, and you have them as well in digital copies. Like, for example, on mine I have Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire all on digital copies, all on my 3DS. It means you can go through all of these and claim that event Pokemon on all of these Pokemon, all these games, so you can have multiples of that one event. So it's not just locked down to one 3DS, it's one per save file. So you can go through and get multiples of these Hoopa. So that's like my big man advice for those of you who do want to go through and get a Hoopa. Also, another thing I want to point out before I jump into the video is I might be a bit whacked out because I've been on painkillers now for about a week for my jaw. So if I sound a bit out of it, that's the reason why. I've been on a lot of strong painkillers to try and control the pain in my jaw. So it's me talking a bit hard, so if I sound, as I said, whacked out, that's the reason why. So anyways, let's go on with the Hoopa and explain how to get the Hoopa on your games. So I'm on my Alpha Sapphire, and I was going to point out one other thing as well. On Pokemon X and Y, for you guys, these sets will mostly be revolving around you guys to give you a chance to use the Hoopa. Whereas Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, where you guys can get the Unbound Hoopa, I'm going to I've tried and made some of the sets I've suggested in this video eligible to work in with the Unbound Hoopa, but I've been mainly focusing on the confined Hoopa sets. So my apologies there as well. At the same time, I haven't actually used Hoopa all that much, so my bad. Lack of experience, therefore very few sets. Anyways, let's get on to it. So yeah, for this we need to go into the mystery gift, go received gift, open up the channel, and go get with code the usual yada yada yada. Make sure you got battery on your 3DS, make sure you're fully up to date, make sure you got internet. Oh, yada 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 yada. We all know this stuff. I've explained every mystery gift, you know. Alright, so anyways, we're gonna wait for the internet to connect. And once that goes through, we can enter the code to get the Hoopa. That went through relatively quickly. There we go. English just isn't a thing tonight as well. And the code for this Hoopa is Hoopa 2016. I have no idea where I said 16 very weird for. I think that's the painkillers talking. Oh, sorry, it's 2016 Hoopa. Wrong way round. I just looked up at my notes and it's in the reverse. I think there was a Hoopa event that came out and it was Hoopa 2016, but this one has decided to go in full on reverse. So 2016 Hoopa is the code. Verifying the code and la-da! It'll go through, search for the gift, please wait, please wait. There we go. Wow, it's a Hoopa! The mythical Pokemon Hoopa is here. This Hoopa knows the move Hyperspace Hole, a new and powerful move that only Hoopa can learn. And for those of you who are playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, can get Hyperspace Fury on Unbound Hoopa. So that's the thing as well. But as I said, a lot of these sets I have suggested for the Hoopa will be revolving around confined Hoopa. So I'm sorry I'm being a little bit biased there, but I wanted to kind of include everyone into the mix for this one. So that's going to go through. And there we go, the gift has been received. Please pick up your Pokemon from any delivery girl in any Pokemon Center. So thank you for playing Pokemon. Please pick up your gift from the delivery girl in any Pokemon Center, which we'll do right about now. Alright, so here we are at the Battle Resort Pokemon Center in Alpha Sapphire. So this is where I always suggest doing the soft resetting for those of you who play Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, as I've already explained in my previous mystery gift videos, you have the IV checker in the corner there, and you can also pick up your mystery gift Pokemon. So it's kind of a 2-for-1, hit the 2 birds there with 1 stone kind of thing. I was going for somewhere else, and then that turned out to be a fail. Yep, definitely painkillers kicking in now. So anyways, we talked to the delivery girl, and as you probably saw, wow, I'm actually quite behind on my soft resetting. I've been soft resetting on like another game, so I have Victini, I'll have Second Chance Darkrai, and I'm gonna have my Second Chance Hoopa as well. Wow, I'm gonna have to get through a few Pokemon when I do my Keldeo video as well. Alright, so there is the Hoopa. Wow, I'm very far behind on my soft resetting. Wow. Yeah, I think I was trying for the Trick Room Victini on this game, and I ended up giving up, so I went to another game and started soft resetting for that. Anyways, here is our Hoopa. It's definitely very different from the previous Hoopas, I know that, because it's got the OT of Alexander. I think that might be a reference to the Pokemon movie, I do believe. Has the ability Magician, so the Pokemon steals a held item of a Pokemon it hits with a move. It's a Psychic Ghost type. When it does go into Unbound, it goes Psychic Dark, I do believe. And it has Smoke Ball for its item, and I think for the other versions of this particular event, I think it might have had... Trying to think what it had. I think I might have had Assault Vest, I think. It had something different, I know that. And the moves it comes with is Hyperspace Hole, Psychic, Astonish, and Nasty Plot. And of course we just circle through. I got a Rash Nature. That's something I normally wouldn't carry. And it does have the classic ribbon as well. So let's go through, check its IVs, and do the usual soft resetting stuff. I probably won't soft reset too much since I do have quite a bit of Pokemon I need to already go through. So I'll kind of build up quite a bit of time just trying to get through all that to get my Hoopa. Anyways, let's check the Hoopa. I might just check for the fun of it in the lols to see what Victini and Darkrai had. So I see this Pokemon had potential ability, HP, special defense, and speed. If it didn't have speed, speed could work. It outspeed tanks in Smogon RU, so that would be interesting. But Rash Nature, Rash, that's... Oh, what am I going? Looking up my team builder. Rash. I'll just bring that up again. I didn't actually pay attention to what that was dropping. Dropping special defense, raising special attack. Kinda not what you want, since we did get through it. Well, that's definitely a soft reset. Anyways, I'll do one more and then I'll go through and explain like the sets, and I'll also go through and pick up a few of the other Hoopas as well. Alright, so let's just pick up one more and I'll start suggesting sets. For as I said, I am only doing Hoopa Confined, and I have, as I said, tried to make it so you can work in Hoopa Unbound with these sets as well. And it's mostly due to the fact I have not used Hoopa Unbound yet, and I haven't even used Hoopa Confined yet either. So this is kind of going off the top of my head. And at the same time, I'm being a bit biased on these sets as well. I kind of was going for a particular Hoopa set that I personally was going to use. Thought I might share it with you guys, see if you guys can also jump on board with that particular set as well. I think it might be something a little bit different that a lot of people haven't been using. I'm kind of hoping it is. But anyways, the second Hoopa has come through. Let's see what we got. And that is... That's... Nice! That's Brave Nature. Brave. Yes! Oh my goodness, I got Brave. But the problem would be I'm probably not going to get the speed investment that I want for that particular set. I have something that uses Brave Nature, so let's see how I go. And I might have actually, if the IVs work the way that I want, of course, I may have just got my first Hoopa, which is really awesome. A CSC, relative superior potential, defense, special attack, and special def... No, I got 4 IVs and I had speed! No! No, we got the 0 in the wrong stat! No, I was supposed to get 0 in speed! Oh man, I got 0 in attack! Oh man, how's that for like the lols? I got Brave Nature, which is raising attack, lowering speed, and I got 0 IVs in attack and 31 in speed. That... Oh my goodness gracious me, the funs of soft resetting and the things you see. Oh my goodness gracious me, that's the biggest troll I have ever seen when it comes to soft resetting. I got excited seeing that too. That's technically a 5 perfect IV when you think about it, but not in a sense, no it's not, because when do you ever want a 0 attack IV? just unheard of. I've never seen that many IVs come up on the IV checker for a mystery gift. So yeah, that's a new thing. Anyways, I said I was going to go through and suggest sets. Now, I just got trolled, so I thought I might just embrace that moment. Anyways, I'm just going to go through and do like Pokemon Y version to show it off in Kalos region. And at the same time, I will go through the sets. So, let's talk about, I guess, kind of a more standard Hoopa set, because Hoopa Confined, as I said, not covering Unbound, making that very clear. Probably can work with Hoopa Unbound, because Hoopa Unbound works both physically and specially, whereas Hoopa Confined works mostly specially. Its attack is average, but it's nothing amazing, like Hoopa Unbound, for example. So yeah, the first set I'm going to suggest for Hoopa is a Choice Scarf set. I think people might be sick of seeing Choice Scarf Hoopas because they are pretty standard. But anyways, I thought Special might be something a little bit different. Probably not. So here we go. I'm running Trick on this one. Hyperspace Hole for stab, you can change up for Size Shock if you want to hit the defensive side. Focus Blast to hit any Dark types you want to swap in, because Hoopa definitely fears those Dark type Pokemon. And Shadow Ball mainly for stab and just hitting other Psychic type Pokemon that want to swap in as well. Any other Ghost type Pokemon that want to swap in, because Hoopa is also 4 times weak to Ghost. How's that? It's got a lot of weaknesses, which is why it's pretty low in Smogon tiers. And considering it is banned in VGC meta as well, it can't be used there, so I can't give any help for that one. Like, I tend to try and stay away from using illegal Pokemon in my double battle teams as well. It could possibly work in doubles. I haven't technically looked at that side of the spectrum, but it could work. Maybe one day I'll look over and do a double set for Hoopa as well. Anyways, that's the special set I did. You could probably change Trick up for something else. I just find Trick on a lot of choice Pokemon very handy. So you can Trick like a wall or something that's setting up Toxic or spamming Protect or Leech Seed or whatever. I know Venusaur is a big threat with Leech Seed and RU. Toxic users, they could be absolutely anyone in RU. Aromatisse could be one of them. Anyone setting up those type of supporting moves, you can Trick Choice Scarf to them, majorly screw them up, and then continue to do whatever. And I think there's going to be the same case here on this game too. I've got so many Pokemon to sort reset for. Anyways, let's move on to the next set. Now this one, I kind of thought of it. It was another Trick Room set. Can also be worked in with a non-Trick Room set as well. So you probably just go for 31 IVs in that one as well. So for this one, I'm going for Brave Nature for this one. Obviously, very minimal IVs and its speed, max health to just give it more bulk. You can go 31 IVs and its special defense as well, and I'm going to go max EVs in special defense. Trying to multitask, just not working. Crap, I didn't pick up the Hoopa. Multitasking just failed. So yeah, there's like multiple ways you can work that particular Hoopa as well. And the moves on this one, as I said, this was kind of my interpretation of how you could work a Hoopa. Can work an Unbound version as well, since the Unbound version does have Magician ability as well. I've gone Fling, Drain Punch, Trick, and Zen Headbutt. What was that? Headbutt. Wow. Can't talk. Can't do English tonight. Fail, fail, fail. Zen Headbutt was the last move. Now, you can change Trick up for another move or something. Try to stay away from knockoff on this particular set, since you do want to keep the enemy having an item. So the whole point to this is using a King's Rock. You fling that off straight off the bat if you swap in, and using a Trick Room set, of course, works perfectly in Trick Room. You fling off the King's Rock, you flinch the enemy, then you go on with another move. You can trick the enemy as well, so if you know they're holding like a life orb or something, you can switch that, give them no item, you take their item. Could be beneficial if it's something like a Toxic Orb or a Flame Orb, or something like that that doesn't work with your Hoopa. You just fling it off again and then just repeat the process. You can use Drain Punch as well for any incoming Dark-type Pokemon. Drain Punch them, they're probably not going to like that. Magician probably will kick in, because I think it's 100%. I can't remember how Magician works. Personally, haven't used it myself, so don't take my word for it. Drain Punch them, have a chance of stealing their item, so you get that back. Possible chance of flinging that off as well. And Zen Headbutt them, mainly for stab as well. Of course, knowing that King's Rock does not stack with Zen Headbutt's flinch rate as well. So, as I said, mainly there for stab and extra damage bonus. As I said as well, can run max special defense on this set. if you don't want to go for max health and have it as a bit more of a tankier sweeper, so a lot of the special offensive moves won't hit the Hoopa as hard. Anyways, let's have a look at this Hoopa I just picked up, and I'm just, as I said, I'm probably not going to multitask this. I was going to try and explain the sets while I was trying to multitask this. Not going to work. Raising... Oh, I got a Jolly nature. That's handy. Jolly can also work too if you want to go for a physical set. Hopefully I get 31 in HP, attack, and speed. That would be absolutely lovely. Let's go for it. Attack, defense, special defense. Could work depending on its speed IVs. Let's have a quick squiz and have a look at what its speed stat was. 45 is max, 91. So it's either 17 or 16 IVs in speed there. That's definitely a soft reset. Hate to say it, but that was a soft reset. But yeah, that can happen. That's annoying as well. Alright, so I'm just going to leave it like just on the Pokemon Center so I can explain the last two sets. And hopefully I didn't screw that set up. Anyways, moving on to a more of a tanky Hoopa. Now, this one can work with leftovers if you don't want to use the Assault Vest. And you can probably replace a few of these moves with like Toxic or something. Work very well with Hyperspace Hole that's been suggested on this set. So it's a sassy nature. Can go with something like... you could also go Careful. You could also go Calm. Knowing that if you do go Calm or if you go Careful nature, you will be negating the damage or lowering the damage output that the Hoopa could possibly do. But then again, its main role is to just tank special defensive moves. At level 100, it does have 394 special defense at absolute max. And at level 50, it's got 200 special defense. So whacking on the Assault Vest is going to make it 300 special defense. That's quite a lot of special defense. HP isn't considerably amazing or anything like that for a tank, but it can still work. And even with those 4 times weaknesses, that could possibly pose a bit of a threat. But hey, if you're sticking around and playing your cards right, you could possibly pull this off as a special defensive wall. The moves on this one, I am running Drain Punch, obviously running the Sassy Nature for a Trick Room set. It can work, so if any Dark type Pokemon want to swap in, you just Drain Punch them. Power Up Punch as well, so you can try and raise your attack as well. Even in non-Trick Room, that works really well as well. Power Up Punch, raise your attack. Drain Punch does more, get more health back. Knock Off to be a pain in the rear side for any Pokemon, losing... really game-changing items like Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, Choice Band, Life Orb as well. Any of those important moves, you can knock them off and make a bit of a game changer as well. Works very well in a lot of walls. And that voice crack. The last move being Hyperspace Hole. Now, as I said as well, you can work that in with leftovers. Running a non-Assault Vest, Hoopa won't be as special defensive, but it can still work. Hyperspace Hole, you combine that with Toxic, works very similar to the Toxic Stall with Toxic and Protect. You go Hyperspace Hole one turn, miss the move, go Hyperspace, hit them on next turn, bypass, and you Protect and all that, spark your shield, and hit them for some damage. Now, as I said as well, Hoopa's got very nice special attack base, so even without any investment in a special attack, it's still going to hit relatively hard. I say relatively hard with base 80, and it's at level 50, it's got 170 with no EV investment at all, so... that works perfectly fine. Like, I can get behind that set pretty well. And the last set I'm going to suggest is a Life Orb set. Now, this can work outside of Trick Room as well. Just change your EV investment around, so it's probably something like Timid Nature, or you can even go the Modest Nature as well and run something else on it. But I'm suggesting Life Orb, Drain Punch, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and Energy Ball, kind of working with the Trick Room. So obviously, if you're running a more dedicated special attacker, you'd go remove Drain Punch and put Focus Punch on it. But running the mix set does give Hoopa a chance to get some of its health back as well and hit physically as well. So if you got like a special defensive wall kicking in, you can hit them for a physical type move. Same thing again, you can work something like Sight Shock in here and hit for physical as well. You can even run like Dark Pulse or something if you don't want a Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is mainly there for the stab type as well. Hits, obviously, Psychic type Pokemon, hits other Ghost type Pokemon, and all that other good stuff. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. It's been a relatively long video. So I hope you guys have fun soft resetting for your Hoopa. As I said, you can use multiple games to get multiple Hoopas. And again, to reiterate, this I don't think I already mentioned it at the beginning of the video. This is for North America only. I think there was like other second chance Hoopa events around the world. I know Australia missed out. That was unfortunate. We might get one like in the upcoming months. Who knows? So yeah, as I said, if you're watching this video, haven't picked up your second chance Hoopa, do so right now because it will end today. So anyways guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have fun soft resetting for your second chance Hoopa. And ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao.